A quiet street, a cluttered gun shop, and a crowd that's sure they know the story before it's even told. Neon signs flicker on the wet pavement, the smell of gun oil and stale coffee hanging in the air. This is a place where judgments are made as fast as a trigger pull. Inside, the air is thick with whispers and sideways glances. Rachel walks in, and the low hum of conversation sharpens, turning into a chorus of taunts. Her faded windbreaker, worn backpack strap, and dusty shoes are all the evidence they need. She's an outsider, a tourist. "Can I help you?" The man behind the counter, Chad, smirks. "The real customers are in the back." The others laugh. A man with a bald cap leans forward. "Lost, little girl?" A woman holding a pistol snickers. They see a target, not a threat. But then, something shifts. The noise of the room seems to fade into a dull buzz in Rachel's ears. Her gaze locks onto the rifle section behind the glass. Her posture, once unassuming, settles into a quiet, unshakable stillness. Her hand rests on her backpack strap, a silent anchor in a sea of hostility. She's not just looking, she's assessing. She approaches the counter, her voice calm and clear, cutting through the murmurs. "I'd like to see the custom MRAI Ghost Edition, the unreleased version." A hush falls over the room. Chad's smirk falters. That rifle is a legend, a high-end piece of hardware not meant for public display. The manager, drawn by the sudden silence, emerges from the back office. He studies Rachel for a long moment before nodding slowly. He retrieves a sleek matte black case and places it on the counter with reverence. The crowd presses in, their mockery replaced by tense curiosity. "I bet she can't even lift it," a teenager boasts. As the manager unlatches the case, revealing the rifle, he almost lets it slip. Rachel's hand darts out, catching it with a dancer's grace. She holds it, perfectly balanced, her movements fluid and economical. And then the display begins. Silence isn't just quiet here. It's a force. It says you're watching the seam where skill becomes a weapon. With surgical precision, she starts to disassemble the rifle. It's not just fast. It's a blur of controlled motion. Screws, pins, springs, and components land on the counter in a perfectly ordered array. Her hands move with an impossible speed and certainty that stills the entire room. In under 10 seconds, the Ghost Edition is nothing but a collection of parts. The crowd is stunned into absolute silence. As she works, her sleeve shifts, revealing a faint, intricate scar on her forearm. At the same time, a glint of light catches a patch on her backpack, a coiled viper barely visible. It's a subtle detail, but in this charged atmosphere, it's a statement. The room no longer sees an outsider. They see someone dangerous. The manager, recovering from his shock, stammers, "The range is outside. If you'd like to test it." Rachel simply nods, reassembling the rifle with the same terrifying efficiency. Outside, the air is cold. The range is a stretch of dirt and dust. The manager, trying to regain some control, places a small metal coin on a post 150 meters away. "No one's ever hit that," he says, a challenge in his voice. Rachel raises the rifle. One aim, one breath, one coin, and fate changes with the click. A sharp crack echoes across the range, followed by a faint metallic ping. The coin, perfectly split in two, falls to the ground. The crowd gasps. The silence that follows is heavier than before, filled with awe and a touch of fear. Just then, a sleek black car pulls up. A figure in a perfectly tailored suit steps out. He walks directly to Rachel, ignoring everyone else. He raises 2 fingers to his temple in a subtle, precise gesture, a ghost viper salute. Some legends are spoken when the room forgets to breathe. "Arrow, confirmation is 87 Nero. We're green," he says, his voice low and urgent. Rachel nods once, handing the rifle back to the stunned manager. She follows the operative to the car without a backward glance. As they drive away, the gun shop is left in a state of suspended shock. The viral videos came later. So did Chad's firing, the sponsor dropping the shop. and the slow-burning myth of the ghost viper who walked in and broke a legend. Later, in the quiet of the closing shop, the gunsmith would find the two perfect halves of the coin. He'd keep them, a reminder of the day a ghost walked through their doors. If you've ever been underestimated, you know this. Quiet can be louder than a shout. True strength doesn't need to announce itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more.